you blew up when the women rush your stands. Try to touch your hands like some screaming Usher fans. This guy right past, so ask for my autograph, so I signed it dear day.
Okay, I want to talk about shame in success, or like that being a real thing, people being daunted by that. There's like a monkey documentary, right? And then there's like the alpha monkey with like 50 women under him. And then there's 3 young monkeys from like a new gang, like a new thing, and they're kind of like walking and strutting and being cocky to try to pick up the girls, to try to attract the girl, like whatever, right? And then the alpha male's seeing that and he's like, no, fuck this, right? So he's doing threats. But they're 3 and like they're kind of far away, so they're like, a big monkey gets up and he's like, you know, he's doing the threatening things, but he's also like kind of not really running it to them, you know. So one of them ends up picking up one of his women and she's leaving with him, and the young monkey is doing the threat face. Like, I'll show you 1 second. So those monkeys show their teeth when they're threatening, like their lip just automatically goes up, and they're like, I think they were baboons or a type of baboon. At the same time that he was naturally like showing his tooth, like the young monkey that just picked it up, he's hiding it with his hand. So that isn't exactly, that's not exactly maybe shame in success, but it is a bit of that. But it's also respecting the guy, like I don't want to fight for it, but maybe it's all the same thing. I guess I was just thinking of that, like all that shit, and so I wanted to say what I was thinking. This is the courthouse. Courts really, they fuck with my mind. Yeah, I was thinking like one day I'm gonna walk you down homeless street, but like, oh, I might get my phone stolen, but it's so big, man. It goes for like 5 blocks now. It got bigger. Deep down, I always had like a love for homeless people, because the talk that you have with them are like 500 times more real than like an office person talk, just because that's just the way. And obviously they're just like us. Like, I think most of them can't handle drug addictions, whereas most of us handle it, right? I slept outside like once or twice that summer of 2013 while I was doing like a lot of financial magic. I'm excited about that, maybe like more than anything, the financial truth of things, because it's just exciting. Release that October 8th. I'm going to the library now to write some stuff, so I guess I'll write about how I did it, and then in doing so also shine a light on the financial system. That's the whole point. I'm trying to shine light. Peace. This is one of those pianos that's around the city. This one looks like I don't know what the fuck's going on, but we're gonna fix it. Why is it chained down? I just had a really good therapeutic session with the music, but it's just words don't work when you're describing what music does. So you feel differently when you're playing, like obviously in public versus if you're on stage. They're 2 different things. What's her name told me that? You. Notes. This kind of mentality, God loves you, do you love God? I think the truth is that you are God, we are God, and so if you love yourself, we're free. This is the homeless park that I left my cats at. There's a whole story with the cats. Maybe I'll write about it. Maybe I'll snap about it. I don't know where they are, but I hope they're alive. Allegedly, they're with a girl that lives downtown, but every time I knock at the guy's door, I left it to the homeless guy, but he's not homeless. He has like a homeless shelter. He took care of them for a couple of weeks, and then it's a sad story. I knew what room they were in, right? Because I brought them there, and I flew them from Vancouver. So I put my little finger underneath like the door, and like they're both there, like putting their nose in the finger. He wasn't there, and the time after that, he was there, and then I knocked, whatever, like the cats weren't there, and he told me a girl downtown has them, but since then I haven't spoken to him. Every time I go knock, he's an answer. To be honest, I don't want them back, because it's such a bitch to take care of them, and they fucking shed, and they shit, and like, those 2 cats were so horny all the time, sucking each other's nipples and shit. I posted YouTube. Like, they take over the space, especially 2, and especially that they were boys, and they were kind of young, so they were like Like the older alpha one of them was like annoying. Like I'll bring them for walks and shit. One time I was high on shrooms, and I just sat down for a bit with them outside. Cause I would think like oftentimes like, man, you guys are stuck inside. You should be outside. Like if you have a house, they could just walk out and then come back in. But if you have an apartment, they can't like, you know, put their key card and fucking, you know, they can't. So put them out in the like shared backyard that I had at that place, and one guy had his like shisha tar coal things outside, and then a cat shat in it, and then he took it out. He didn't keep it outside. So what the fuck was I saying about music? Yeah, ideally, okay, whether you're a comedian, a musician, a scientist, anyone that's doing important things, artists. The point is to both convey truth in a way that you can through comedy or music, or also like allow yourself to be truthful or free in those moments, right? I think that's what the point is. So I'm hoping that like I could be successful in any type of one of those avenues, and then like increase the amount of freedom I could have, and then also what I'm professing or expressing. And like, don't get me wrong, half of the people probably won't like what I'm saying, or at least half or something, right? So, but that's what you have to do. Like if I cared about who is gonna like how I look today, or like that I should use chapstick and shit, then I would be doing them or their version of me and not myself. Keep it real. This one's looking pretty nice. It's a Porsche, I believe. 911 GTS. Danielle's her name. Sorry, Danielle. I suck with names. Goes by Dan, I guess. I don't even know.